Discipline is not a punishment, it is freedom. A soldier sharpens his sword every day, not because he loves routine, but because he knows the battle will come. In the same way, life calls us to discipline. Without it, lust takes control. With it, we stand tall, unshaken. Self mastery is not about killing desire, but about training it, shaping it, and commanding it. Just as a rider controls a wild horse, discipline helps us guide the raw energy of lust into a path of power. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna faced confusion. His desires, his attachments, and his fears overwhelmed him. He wanted to run, to give in to weakness. But Krishna reminded him, the mind that is undisciplined is the enemy. The mind that is trained is the friend. Arjuna learned that mastery over the self was the first victory before any outer battle could be won. The story teaches us a timeless truth. Discipline is the first step to freedom. Think of professional athletes. Their discipline is not just about training, it is about their entire lifestyle. They wake up early, they eat with care, they sacrifice pleasures. Why? Because they know their goals matter more than temporary cravings. That same principle applies to lust. If we want to rise above it, we must train daily, not only by avoiding temptation, but by building strength through consistent habits of the mind, body, and spirit. Pause for a moment and think about your daily routine. Is it building your strength or is it weakening it? Discipline doesn't have to begin with giant leaps. It begins with one habit. Maybe it's waking up early to pray or meditate. Maybe it's exercising before the day begins. Maybe it's journaling at night to track your thoughts. Maybe it's fasting once a week to train your will. Every time you do one of these things, you strengthen your inner muscles. Discipline grows one small step at a time. Lust thrives in laziness. An idle mind becomes a playground for craving. When the body is untrained, when the spirit is unfocused, lust quickly sneaks in. But when the body is active, the mind is sharp, and the spirit is grounded, lust has little room to rule. Discipline is not about saying no to life, it's about saying yes to a higher life. Scriptures across traditions remind us of this truth. In Proverbs it says, "A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls." Without discipline, we are defenseless. The Buddha taught, "Though one should conquer 1,000 men in battle, he who conquers himself is the greatest victor." And in Stoic philosophy, Epictetus declared, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Across time and culture, discipline and self-mastery are celebrated as the greatest strength. I once knew a man who constantly fell into lust simply because he lacked structure. His life was late nights, random habits, and no discipline. He drifted through each day. But then he began building a morning routine, exercise, prayer, and reading before anything else. Within weeks, his urges grew weaker. It wasn't magic. It was simply structure. His mind was occupied. His spirit was focused. His day had a rhythm. Discipline didn't just keep him from failure, it gave him strength. Let's take a modern example from sports. Kobe Bryant, known for his Mamba mentality, woke up at 4 a.m. to train while others slept. He pushed himself relentlessly, not because he enjoyed discomfort, but because discipline gave him an edge. That same principle applies to conquering lust. The discipline that makes champions in sports can make champions of the soul. The difference is not talent, it is daily habits. Think of monks who dedicate their lives to discipline. Their days are filled with prayer, meditation, and service. They live with fewer distractions, not because they hate life, but because they want mastery over their minds. The monk's robe may look far from our modern world, but the principle is the same. Discipline is not about restriction, it is about liberation. Science supports this too. Studies on willpower show that self-control functions like a muscle. The more you practice discipline in small areas, like waking up early, sticking to exercise, or fasting, the stronger your ability becomes to resist temptation in other areas, including lust. Self-mastery in one area spills over into mastery everywhere. But what about when we fail? Because failure will happen. No one becomes disciplined overnight. The danger is not in failure itself, it is in giving up. Discipline requires resilience. If you fall, you get back up. Every stumble is a lesson. Every restart strengthens you. Over time, discipline becomes your second nature. Now, let's reflect. Imagine your life 1 year from now with no discipline. Where would lust lead you? Perhaps into broken trust, wasted time, and regret. Now imagine your life 1 year from now with strong discipline. Imagine the routines you've built, the strength you feel, the clarity you carry. Which life do you want? The choice is yours, and the choice is made not once, but daily. Without discipline, we live reactively, tossed about by desires like leaves in the wind. With discipline, we become steady, like a mountain unmoved by storms. The greatest battle is not out there, it is in here. It is the war within, the war to master the restless self. Remember, lust wants control. Discipline gives you control. Lust chains you. Discipline frees you. When you master yourself, no desire can enslave you. That victory is the highest freedom. So build habits that strengthen you. Rise early. Train your body. Guard your thoughts. Create structure. And when temptation comes, you will not be weak. You will be ready. Because the greatest victory is not conquering others, but conquering yourself. That is the warrior's path. And as you continue on this journey, remember this. The true warrior sharpens his sword, not just to fight enemies outside, but to master the battle within. Be sure to watch episode 7, where we dive deeper into how surrender plays a role in conquering lust.